Wolf gonna think? How big's this re-raise gonna be?
Raise.
Well, you know, the story in this hand is how can anybody know what anybody has, because there's been no pre-flop raising, there's been no definition, and this is a very tough spot for everybody to be in. This pot is going to be dictated by the flop action, which we still have a lot more to go. Action on Roland DeWolf.
I like the way Wolf has played this because he's got maximum information right now, but is he going to get shut out, and should he just pass?
Good question. He doesn't have enough information. That's the point. You know, he doesn't know if Flanders has 6-7, whether he's flopped a set, or whether he has a queen worse kicker. These are the questions that are going through his mind right now. Tony Bloom is also sitting over there. Do I take the gamble and go for the straight with all this extra money in the pot? Very conservative and tight play by Roland DeWolf, folding top pair, second best kicker. And Bloom doesn't want to take the gamble. Tim Flanders taking home another pot.
3 guys could have won that pot, and it is Tim taking it down. There's something very strong to be said about that. Was it the size of Tim's raise at the end of the day, 20,000, that did the dirty work?
Well, it's really the unknown factor of the small blind. With no pre-flop raising, he could have had anything, a set, 2 pair, and his conservative appearance. I don't felt either player felt that he was bluffing, so they knew he had, you know, a hand. Wow. And as we look at the leaderboard, Jesse May, Tim Flanders vaulting out in front, 7 hands won in the early going. He's established a chip lead with 148,000.
Yeah, well deserved. And Little and Bloom on the bottom in a bit of serious shape, whereas Roland DeWolf hanging tight with average chips.
It's always a surprise. Always exciting, that's for sure, at the World Poker Open.
First speak to Achilles. And the shipman passes shop up.
Call. Call.
That's a surprise here. Roland DeWolf willing to let the blinds see the flop and also the initial limper. Wonder if he is trapping here or just playing conservative.
He made that decision so quick not to raise with the ace-jack, but this could be a limp fest, and it is. 4 ways with this flop, and that'll be scary for every party involved.
Absolutely. 7, 8, 9, straight draws, flush draws,
Check.
both
Check.
possible.
Check.
Flanders has top pair, top kicker, but he doesn't even want to breathe on this pot. He's and that 10 didn't make it any easier.
And how about that 10 makes Roland DeWolf the straight?
Yeah, with a straight flush draw.
4,000.
Wow.
And if Tony Bloom calls this with the top pair, bottom kicker, it would be very optimistic, Kenna.
Well, it just seems that this game puts certain players in tough situations with tough decisions.
Call.
You know, a lot of the time.
Mark Goodwin.
And Mark Goodwin finds the call with Queen 5 somehow. Is he running a post-oak bluff on the turn?
He is completely impassive. That 5 changed nothing, but if Mark Goodwin wants to have a bluff at it, now is the time.
Check. Check.
And wow, Roland's going to bet again.
Mark Goodwin.
Isn't he scared?
Out there with the Queen 5 showing no respect for Roland DeWolf. He may show respect for this bet, though, as Roland DeWolf fires another one over the bow at the crowd. Maybe get a long call from Tim Flanders here. But I think even Flanders will get wise and muck this hand, and we'll be on to the next one.
I mean, I know a straight looks sort of strong, but with the flush cards out there and 4 to a board out there, I mean, DeWolf could have been forgiven for checking that river, Kenna. What influenced him to bet it?
Well, you know, no other player showed any strength in the hand, so he was confident he had the best hand. He did. He wins the pot.
Yeah, a nice little move up the ladder for DeWolf into second place.
I think that having a detached value of money is good at the higher level, but at the lower levels when you're starting out, I think you need to be disciplined and fearless at the same time. It's a combination of discipline and fearlessness. You need to be ready to gamble, ready to do what you need to do. You know, you need to step up to the plate when the opportunity arises. Like any sport, I mean, in snooker, you can go around and smack a few balls around the table, but to be the best, you have to be really focused, disciplined. It's the same with poker, you know, you cannot mess around.
No one to play with? There's always PartyPoker.com.
So as we go back down to the action, the blinds will be raised to 3,000 and 6,000.
Yeah, and this could be a serious level for the short stacks. I mean, or is it, Kenna? I mean,
Right, absolutely. It's getting serious now. And we have not lost a player yet. And that is a testament to the excellent play of everyone down there on the felt.
Tony Bloom's got about 68,000. How should he view this king-queen right now?
Well, it is a tough spot for him because he certainly can't take a flop and lose more of those precious chips. The less you have, the more precious they are.
Raise to 15,000.
So he elects to raise, making it about 2.5 times, 15,000. And once again, right behind him, Mark Goodwin wakes up with a hand.
Yeah, it was not a very big raise from Tony Bloom, and Mark Goodwin must take that as weakness because he's got the hammer down with the ace-queen here.
Excellent point, Jesse. He has hammered Bloom. This now the third time in a row that he has put the hammer to Tony Bloom, and how much can Tony Bloom take?
Well, it's pretty serious, isn't it? It's 24,000. I mean, Tony can't very well call and not put the rest of his chips in. So, is he going to go?
Well, I mean, there's just so much, you know. And remember that each of these players has such a measure of success, and when one person, and it's constantly come from Mark Goodwin, keeps putting the knuckle to you, it's hard not to try and in just your instincts say, hey, I want to lash out, but your hand just doesn't let you, and his reasoning knows that he probably doesn't have the best hand. But the lizard will put the cap on the cards and give it another thought.
Are there any levels on levels going on here, Kenna? Is Tony thinking that my raise of 15,000 meant that I was signaling I was willing to pass it, and Mark knew that, and he was playing with me, and yada yada, but he's folded it anyway.
Multiple levels.
And Goodwin has done very well to take the chip lead now. His jacket is off, his shirt is striped pink, and he is in very fine fettle right now. I mean, what a great job he's done of changing gears here and there to get to this spot. Fast early, tight late, forged ahead.
If you're into poker in a big way, then you'll love our competition this week. You can pull out all the moves and bluffs you've seen on TV on your pals with our prize.
We're giving you the chance of winning a poker prize you simply can't play without. Shuffle up and deal around your own pad with your own PartyPoker.com poker kit. There's a 4-fold poker table, 2 decks of cards, a set of chips and dealer button with a customised chrome flight case. All you need for the perfect night of poker with your mates, and we've 10 to give away. All you have to do to win this prize is answer the following. 4 of a kind is also known as A, bikes, B, scooters or C, quads. To enter, go to www.5.tv/poker and answer the question. Entrants must be over 18 and the competition closes at midnight on the 17th of October.
It's not just the competition on our website, there's loads more poker hints and info. You can find out all you need to know on the game and test yourself in our quiz to see how good you really are. There's also exclusive downloadable video tutorials from some of the biggest names in the game, filling you in on their tips and entertaining you with their poker stories. That's all on www.5.tv/poker.
Recently,